What if I told you that the years you are most ashamed of the years where nothing worked? The years where people questioned you were not the worst years of your life, but the most important ones? What if the confusion was not a sign you were lost, but a sign you were being prepared? This is not a story about success. This is a story about self-mastery, finding yourself. And if you have ever felt behind in life, this story is for you. Long time ago, in a quiet village, surrounded by hills, farms, and dusty roads, lived a young man named Hopper. Hopper was not poor. He was not lazy. He was not unintelligent. But he was restless. At 23 years old, Hopper watched the people he grew up with move forward. Some inherited land, some opened shops, some married early and earned respect. Hopper watched and felt nothing but confusion. He tried to follow the same path. He worked in the fields under the burning sun. His body grew tired, but his mind felt empty. Every night, he asked himself, "Is this all my life will be?" After one season, he left. Next, Hopper joined a traveling merchant. He learned numbers. He learned bargaining. He learned how money moves between hands. But inside, something felt hollow. He watched people argue over coins and wondered why none of it felt meaningful. After a year, he walked away. The villagers noticed his all actions. Why can't he stick to anything? He wastes time. He has potential, but no discipline. Hopper heard the whispers, and slowly, he started believing them. At night, Hopper would sit outside his small hut, staring at the stars. Everyone else seemed certain. Everyone else seemed chosen, and he felt broken. What is wrong with me? Why can't I become someone? Why is everyone more successful than me? But here is what nobody saw. While Hopper looked lost on the outside, his inner world was changing. Each job trained a different part of him. Each failure carved patience into his mind. Each ending taught him restraint. Without knowing it, Hopper was studying himself, recreate himself for better. At 25, Hopper became an apprentice to the village miller. For 2 years, he learned repetition, the slow turning of stone, the discipline of consistency, day after day, the same motion, the same rhythm. He learned that mastery is built quietly. Then, he left. More whispers. Another failure. At 27, Hopper worked with the village hunter. He learned silence, control of breath, calm under danger. He learned how fear enters the body and how to stay steady when it does. Then, he left again. At 29, Hopper studied under the village healer. He learned observation. He learned how emotions affect the body, how panic weakens, and calm restores. He learned to listen more than speak. Then, he moved on. By 31, Hopper had studied under 4 masters, and according to the village, he had failed all of them. His younger brother now owned land. His friends had families. Hopper had nothing to show. Or so it seemed. One cold evening, the village elder stopped Hopper in the square. "You are no longer young," the elder said. "When will you stop wandering? When you settled?" The words cut deeper. That night, Hopper collapsed onto the floor of his hut. He stared at his hands. Hands hardened by labor. Hands shaped by effort. "I have nothing," he whispered. "I am a failure. I am an unsuccessful person." The next morning, Hopper walked past the hunter's cabin. The old hunter called out to him, "You walk like a man at war with himself." Hopper stopped. "I tried everything," Hopper said quietly, "and I became nothing." The hunter smiled. "No," he said, "you became rare." Hopper looked up, confused. "You learned discipline. You learned control. You learned patience. Most men master one skill. Few master themselves." Those words struck something deep inside Hopper. He understands something. From that day on, something changed. Hopper stopped chasing approval. He woke before sunrise. He trained his body with intention. He practiced silence. He observed his thoughts instead of obeying them. When anger came, he watched it. When fear came, he stayed still. When doubt spoke, he didn't react. No applause, no recognition, just quiet discipline. Months later, a neighboring lord arrived in the village. He needed someone to manage his lands. Not a warrior, not a scholar, but a man with control. Someone calm under pressure. Someone disciplined, someone steady. Names were suggested. Then Hopper stepped forward. Laughter followed. "Hopper, the wanderer." The Lord studied him. "Speak," he said. Hopper spoke calmly, clearly, without fear, and the square went silent. Weeks later, Hopper was chosen. Not because he mastered one craft, but because he mastered himself. Years passed. Hopper became known as a man unshaken by chaos, a man whose presence calmed others. One day, a young man asked him, "How did you become this way?" Hopper replied, "I stopped trying to control life and started controlling myself." The years you think you are wasting are training your mind. Master your emotions, build discipline, learn patience. When you master yourself, nothing else can control you. If you are watching this now and you feel lost, behind, confused, hear this clearly. You are not broken, you are becoming. Work on yourself in silence. Let the results speak later. Subscribe to Art of Mind, and remember, the one who looks lost today may be the strongest tomorrow.